It's been interesting. Over the last couple of years, we've started a more conscientious judge training program. And last year in particular, we recruited and had training sessions with over 35 judges, close to 40, I think, in total. Some of them never got out of the gate and didn't get to actually doing it in the summer, but we had them involved with the preseason judges training, so about 35 of them. And out of that, we had almost 20 successful candidates. So this year, we're going to see a bunch of new judges in both visual and music that are going to be working for DCI. It's very exciting. Well, the first thing they have to do is give us a resume, like a curriculum vitae of their experience. So they have to let us know if they've had some judging experience, what their pedigree is as far as the pageantry arts is concerned. And then each potential judge is assigned a mentor, somebody who will work with them throughout the season and listen to their recorded files of the judging, check out their numbers management. They compare it to a recap. They do they actually go to events and they do trial judging, and they go to the critique afterwards and observe how the interaction goes, because that's a big part of being the judge, is not just giving the numbers, but we have these meetings after the show where the chorus get to come in and explain a little bit more about their show. The judge gets to talk a little bit more about their perception. So it's a fairly comprehensive process, and it's reviewed by our judge admin team. We have these liaisons in visual and music. And then myself and Michael Cesario, our artistic director, sort of oversee the entire project and say, yeah, this person looks like they've been successful, we'll move them on. As you said, we have, last year we brought in some changes to some of the sheets. Color guard was changed a little bit, visual analysis was changed, we brought back a second percussion judge, and of course, general effect came into play rather than what we used to have, which was music effect or visual effect. So we have this one overall effect approach. And we'll take a look at it, the results. We listen to files, we hear from the corps. The corps complete a judge evaluation every year, and we look at their commentary. My perspective was that for a first year at this, it was very good. And some of the things that we learned from last summer, we're going to use to inform our training that's coming up in May. So we'll have sessions for, say, a visual person who's not as familiar with the terminology in music. We'll have some specialized workshops for them to help, just kind of a primer to help set them up for a little bit more clear communication about the overall effect side of things.
Okay, ready to go. Wow, great clarity baritones.
Yeah, I think one of the things we have started to see, we started it last year with having 2 percussion judges. You know, a lot of fans were probably familiar with the judge running up and down the field. And we still have that judge on the field. But the directors, we were talking about this last night, you know, the whole idea is the core safety, to try to not get in the way of the members and so on. Something that I'm sure a lot of people have seen was at championships last year and finals, one of the corps lost a drum. And thankfully we did have a judge on the field, because he was able to save that student's year end. I mean, I think it was an age out too for the Carolina Crown. And Alan Christensen grabbed that drum, ran it to the back sideline, gave it to the kid, he put it on and finished his performance. And he had about 2/3 of the show still to go. So if he hadn't had his drum, he would have had not much of an age out year. So I think there's a good side to that, the judges on the field, when you look at that scenario. I think, you know what, from the fans' perspective, last year was terrific. What the finals event, I mean, well, the whole championship week, the corps in Michigan City have upped the game. The standard in our activity right now is so high. I think for anyone coming to a DCI event, they're just going to be entertained from the beginning right to the end. And I think that's exciting.